Hello and welcome to Rev Sports. It is day two of the India versus Bangladesh test number two. And the question remains, will rain play spoil sports again? What are the updates from Kanpur? What's the weather like? We have Shomik joining from Kanpur and he will tell us, has there been any overnight rain? Is the ground still wet? What's the update, Shomik?
See, Gagi, rain was incessant last evening until about 11:30, and then it subsided a little. And this morning, as I was entering the stadium, a light drizzle started, which has sort of now intensified a little. The entire outfield, almost the entire outfield, is under wraps, and we are definitely going to have a delayed start. First, the rain will have to subside, and then the ground stuff will start working. Super stoppers are active on the covers, ensuring that there water puddles don't form. But then again, once again, we are going to have a truncated day.
It seems like it, and from the visuals you've sent as well, we can see that the roads are wet, and it's clear that there's been a lot of rain as well. Devashish, now with the rain, from the little action that we will see today, what is the kind of what are the kind of conditions you're expecting from the pitch, knowing that it's black soil, it's yesterday as well, it was a pretty slow pitch.
Yeah, Gargi, obviously, definitely the Indian fast bowlers will get help from the conditions, given that with the overnight rain and it's still raining, as Shomikda said. But obviously, and yesterday, Akashdeep was very impressive, especially with the way he bowled at the left-handers coming round the wicket and straight away getting perches and getting those inside edges and leg befores. Jasprit Bumrah also strong in both ways. Definitely, India, if the game starts, India will have an upper hand as far as the conditions are concerned. So Bangladesh batters will have a real challenge ahead, uh, and 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 obviously the Mominul Islam and he did look good, but then he has to start all the way from zero. So it will be a lot more challenging, Karki.
Bharat, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, similar. See, Bangladesh, I think yesterday had done decently to negate the early morning threat because it seemed like the moisture had dried out. It's not just me. See, Rohit Sharma here is saying at the toss, we're going to bowl first because the pitch seems a bit soft. So he was talking about moisture there. Bangladesh had negated that early morning threat, kind of. So at 107 for 3, the pitch, the moisture had dried out and they were looking good. So again, Bangladesh have to start today if the match resumes on day two, and there will be more moisture because of rain. So it again brings Indian seamers into play. Yesterday, Akash Deep was clearly the best bowler because he was prepared to go a little bit fuller. See, obviously, when there is any kind of moment, it is imperative that to go fuller. Then only you will get the edge. Otherwise, all you will get is consolation prize of beating the bat. Yeah, Jasprit Bumrah is a great bowler, but yesterday he was mostly bowling back of lane, good lane. That is why he was beating the bat. Akash Deep straight away came in the attack, bowled one fullish length and then fuller length. Both times he got a wicket each. So that is why he was the best bowler on show today yesterday. And today, if the play resumes, obviously Bumrah also will look most likely will look to ball fuller because if there is any moisture, then it is imperative that to look for wickets, take a bit of risk, and go slightly fuller. As far as Bangladesh is concerned, unfortunately, they have to again start from 0 for 0. They did all the hard work yesterday, got it to 107 for 3, which I think was a good score in those conditions because it did a little bit upfront for the first 45 minutes. But that is how it is. If the play resumes today, they have to again restart. It will be like 0 for 0 for both those batters because whatever they did yesterday, that kind of batting rhythm they won't have today. They have to again start afresh.
Sorry, I was on mute. Yes. Shomik, like Bharat said, Akashdeep was very impressive and very, penetrative in the conditions that we had yesterday and gave us those two early breakthroughs. What is it about Akashdeep that you think, your thoughts on his bowling and what makes him so penetrative at this point?
See, there are a couple of attributes that he bowls at a good pace, and one, I mean, he's hitting the right length on this service. He is hitting the right length. Yesterday, what happened? For a change, Bumrah's radar didn't work properly. Um, it can happen even to the very best. Never mind, Bumrah had enough maidens to start. I mean, he sort of hard in his line and then and he was not quite at his peak. Surprise, as far as surprise is concerned, surprise lot of edges, but the ball didn't carry. It's a very slow pitch. And once again, surprise overall, well, he was a couple of feet short as far as his length is concerned. For Akashdeep, hitting the right length and hitting the right length on this pitch, that was the trick. And he's a big-hearted bowler. We have been Ashish, we have been covering him
Shomik,
since start in first.
the connection seems to be a little interrupted. We can't hear you very properly, very well.
Am I audible now? Am I audible now?
Yeah, now you are.
Okay. So what I saying that see, me, Devashish, we have been covering Akashdeep since his since his days in Calcutta in club cricket, and we know he is a big-hearted bowler, and he is a very quick learner. That is the reason why he has progressed to the Indian team, and if he stays fit, he will go to Australia. Uh, he will go to Australia as the team's fourth seamer with Mohammad Shamik coming back for the New Zealand series. Very likely, there are 99% chance of Shamik coming back for the New Zealand series. He will play at least one or two tests. Now, I have spoken about Akashdeep hitting the right length, bowling in the right areas, and he is, I mean, in the sense he is getting backing from his captain, which is also very important. His first dismissal, Rohit was initially reluctant to go for a review. But when Akashdev insisted, and mind, he's one of the junior most cricketers in the team, he's a newcomer. But when he insisted his captain that we should go, Rohit agreed. And after it showed three reds, Rohit's expression was excellent. I mean, he was sort of dumbstruck how it could happen. But then again, he's getting the right backing from the captain, which is very important. Overall, all combined, Akashdeep is coming up. Akashdeep emergence is good news for Indian cricket.
Devashi, that is actually a question I was going to ask you. With the way that Shomik has spoken, it's clear that Akashdeep has the potential to be taken very seriously for consideration in the BGT. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, obviously, the way he has been performing in whatever given opportunities he has done, he has ticked all the boxes, and definitely he is the front runner to be the fourth fast bowler in that bowling lineup, along with Shami, Bumrah, and Siraj. So we all expect that all these three big guns will be there for the tour to Australia. And Akashdeep has done nothing wrong so as to mm, um, get him a place in that side. And the good thing, what having covered both Shomik and myself having covered is that he's a lion-hearted bowler. He is willing to learn every time, and that is the key for success for Akashdeep. And to win the trust of the team management, that the captain speaks volumes. And you have already seen the camaraderie between Rohit Sharma and Akashdeep, especially that review he took. Means obviously he convinced his captain to take the review, and then that reaction from Rohit. So this is all means what you look at the youngster means obviously that willingness to learn means he did mention in the press conference that रोहित भैया रहने से हमको बहुत हेल्प मदद मिलता है क्योंकि उनका जो बैकिंग है that helps in a big way. विराट के बारे में भी उन्होंने बोला तो these are small things that will go in a long way, and definitely I would definitely see him being in that side for the Australia Test series. Gargi.
Yeah, it's clear that Rohit Sharma is a pillar of strength for all these youngsters. And we have a comment here from Shubham Sharma to Bharat. He's asking, isn't it a blunder to let Bangladesh bat first on a flat deck? Akashdeep deserves praise, but he's not able to pick wickets with semi-old ball of 20 plus overs. Nobody talking about that weakness. Bharat, your thoughts on this?
I'm not too sure it's a blunder as such, but it was definitely a gamble because you are looking at some external factors like moisture, as Rohit Sharma himself said, that the track is a little soft. When you're looking at external factors, you're also putting some pressure on your bowlers because you are opted to bowl first, and the bowlers have to strike in the first 10 or 12 overs. After that, the moisture will dry out. They didn't exactly bowl the right lines. That is why they were able to only get 2 wickets up front. Yeah, afterwards they got one more wicket. But I would say it is more like a gamble. It was a gamble that didn't exactly go India's way because you would have expected 4 wickets in the first session with a little bit of moisture around. It's a slow track, but because of all the rain around, there definitely a little bit of moisture would have seeped under because it's natural. So I won't say it's a blunder, but more of a gamble. But as far as Akashdeep is concerned, see, one of the things that's happened in domestic cricket over the last 5 years or 6 years or whatever it is, curators have tended to prepare tracks with little more grass in the Ranji Trophy. I guess it's come from the head down course only that you have to prepare tracks with more grass. But because of that, bowlers like Akashdeep perhaps haven't learned how to swing the old ball. If you look at Mohammad Shami, if you look at Akashdeep, both come from the same school. If you look at Shami, he balls with a very straight seam. If you look at Akashdeep, he balls with a he balls with a straight seam. So if Shami is going to get contrast swing with the old ball, then Akashdeep also has to get contrast swing with the old ball. But unlike the master Mohammad Shami, Akashdeep doesn't do much with the old ball. But with Shami around, perhaps he would be able to learn that particular skill. That is to get the old ball to go. You don't really see much of it, unfortunately, in Ranji Trophy these days. As I said, even for the Dilip Trophy game, between India and India, we here at the Chinnaswamy in Bangalore, they left grass. You generally see that in Ranji Trophy. Because of that, you don't get to see pace bowlers looking to swing the old ball because there is no need for it. And I think that's what has gone against Akashdeep. As far as going to Australia, one point I would add is he also needs to shift his line towards slightly outside of in Australia because channel bowling is more important. Initially, when someone like Mohammad Shami went to Australia, he tried to attack the stumps in 2014-15. It didn't work for him. When Umesh Yadav first went to Australia again, because all these bowlers have bowled in Indian conditions where the pitches tend to stay low, they tried to attack the stumps and it didn't go well for either of them. And Akashdeep also likes to attack the stumps. But as a first change bowler, if he's going to come in as first change bowler, because I guess Bumrah and Shami, if both of them are playing, they will open the attack. So if he's going to come in as first change bowler, then one of his jobs will be to contain the batsman because of 15-20 overs, the Kookaburra ball won't do much and ball outside off in the channel. That's, I think, one of the things Akashdeep has to do if he has to play in Australian conditions.
Yeah.
Gargi, I would like to, I would like to say something. I mean, our cricket fans, they need to understand that no one, absolutely no one, comes to the Indian team fold as a complete package. Like Akashdeep is into his third test. I give you a line from Kapil Dev's autobiography, Cricket My Style. He wrote, "God gave me outswinger. The rest I had to learn." So see, Akashdeep, it's a the question had a very significant part that Akashdeep is ineffective with the old ball, and it's a good point. He is not that effective with the with the old ball, but he will learn. He's just into the Indian team pool. He will learn. Even give him time. Give him time to develop. Give him time to develop. Even the great Jasprit Bumrah, when he came to Test team, he was not a complete package. Now we are seeing Bumrah in his top battle. That is after 6, 7 years of international cricket. So it takes time to develop, and every player should be allowed that time to go into the game.
Yeah, they should add a point to it. See, the blame is on the administrators for the kind of tracks that we have seen in Ranji Trophy. It's not on Akashdeep. See, someone like Umesh Yadav, when he first came into international cricket, when he first came into Test cricket, he already knew old ball swing, how to swing the old ball, because he was forced to learn that skill in domestic cricket because he had to take wickets with the old ball. And it's same with someone like Mohammad Shami. But if I see some of the tracks for Ranji Trophy, even at Eden Gardens and the ground, maybe Salt Lake or whatever it is, and nearby in Bengal, whenever they play Ranji Trophy, I always see grass there. And because of that, bowlers like Akash Deep, even other seamers going around, even here in Karnataka, Prasidh Krishna, all these guys, maybe Vijay Kumar, Vaishak does it a bit, but most of the seamers in Indian domestic cricket don't get the old ball to swing now. That art has basically gone out of the window. Even Mukesh Kumar doesn't do it because they ball on tracks where there is enough grass, so they don't have to go and swing the old ball because other factors like sea movement, that's enough for them.
There's one question here. Siddharth is asking, isn't it a joke to schedule a test match at Green Park? Poor lighting, non-serviceable infrastructure. Test matches must be given to best facilities of country. Views. Debashish?
I absolutely second Siddharth's point. Means obviously you need to have test matches in proper test centers. Means and facilities clearly at Green Park is not up to the mark when you compare it with the more traditional centers, be it a Chinnaswamy or a Chipa or a Eden Garden or a Wankhede. And so definitely, and you could actually look at the crowd turnout as well. Means obviously, not many takers as far as test matches are concerned. And if you have such damn days, means despite obviously it has been raining, so taking that into account, but the facilities, means at least for viewers watching on television, it's not good viewing. So definitely, I would totally agree with Siddharth. But then the problem is that there's a rotation policy in place, so you cannot keep giving test matches to the main centers. It has to be rotated. So, but still, I would prefer having test matches in proper test playing centers. Yes, for one days and white ball format, you can easily have matches in these smaller centers where you can have a packed audience. But test matches, it should be more of a traditional centers.
And before we close the show, Shomik, I wanted to go to you. Tell us about the weather 20 minutes later. We asked you at the start of the show. But also tell us about, what you're expecting out of this test match, because we're almost two curtailed. We got two curtailed days, and now what do you think? Could this be a draw?
See, it's still too premature to say whether it will be a draw. But very, very likely the game is going into the fifth day. I mean, as we speak, rain has intensified. Rain has intensified, and I will not be surprised because more rain is predicted. So if an entire day gets washed out, then crop will come into the equation. Maybe three on this page. It is not easy to dismiss batsmen based on. I mean, the pitch is not going to help him much. A bowler will have to use his guile to do that, like Ashwin did when it is with Shanto. He set him up, and then he made one hold its line while Shanto played for the turn. So a bowler will have to use his guile to do that. What we can say as of now, the game is very, very likely going into the final, going into day 5.
Okay. Thank you, Shomik, for the update, and thank you, Debashish and Bharat, for joining. Debashish, do you want to say something?
No, I just hope that we don't say another controversy what happened yesterday with Tiger Ruby.
Let's not.
But he grabbed all the headlines for all wrong
Yeah.
reasons. But the focus should be on test matches.
Absolutely.
He's a joker, I would say. But then uh, let's have a proper test match. But it's already been a dampener day one. So and as Shomikda rightly said, and so we don't expect another washout today. As he said that it has been raining, it has been pouring heavily So let's fingers crossed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll just add a point. Maybe today will come out like a real tiger. Instead of being
Oh, very nice. Here's to more cricketing action. Well,
being a
thank you
joker,
so much.
today real tiger.
Well, hopefully we see more cricketing action today. Like Bharat said, more India comes out like a tiger. And thank you, Devashish and Shomik, for joining, and to everyone who's watching.